Hello students, in the previous lecture we have already studied about the two examples x of n equals to a to the power n un, and we had seen what the z transform of the sequence would be. The z transform would be 1 by 1 minus a z to the power minus 1, which can be even written as z by z minus a, and the ROC is the exterior of the circle of radius a. This concludes that if the sequence is a right-sided sequence, this is a right-sided sequence, the ROC will be the exterior of the circle of radius a. Another example that we have seen in the previous lecture was x of n equals to minus a to the power n u of minus n minus 1, and we even plotted the ROC for this. Now the x of z, that is the z transform of the same sequence, will be 1 by 1 minus a z to the power minus 1, that is equals to z by z minus a, and the ROC is mod of z less than mod of a, that is the ROC is the interior of the circle of radius a. Hence we can even conclude that if the sequence is a left-sided sequence, this from here we can see that the sequence is a left-sided sequence, that is for negative values of n the sequence exists. For this sequence the ROC will be mod of z less than mod of a. So these are the two examples that we had seen in the previous lecture. Now coming up to the next sequence that will be studying today is x of n is 7 into 1 by 3 to the power n un minus 6 1 by 2 to the power n un, and we even plot the ROC for this. Now this is our third example. Now with the same example we can even write the x of z as 7 into summation n0 to infinity. Now since it has un attached to it, I have taken 7 out of it, 1 by 3 to the power n into z to the power minus n. Now this is another one, that is the second part of the same sequence, minus 6 taken out, summation n0 to infinity 1 by 2 to the power n z to the power minus n. That is, I've just applied the formula of x of z in the formula for x of z in the sequence that is given to us. Now this is x of z. I have written in this way, 7 taken out, summation n0 to infinity 1 by 3 z to the power minus n in minus 1 to the 4 power n minus 6 summation n0 to infinity 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 whole to the power n. Now this summation can be written as 7 by 1 minus 1 by 3 z to the power minus 1. This can be written as 6 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1. Now solving this, I get this expression 1 minus 3 by 2 z to the power minus 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3 z to the power minus 1 into 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1. This is the entire x of z that we are getting, that is z into z minus 3 by 2 by z minus 1 by 3 z minus 1 by 2. This is the z transform of this particular sequence, the entire sequence. Now we'll see the ROC of the sequence. Now for x of z to converge, for this x of z to converge, we'll take this individually, that is 1 by 3 z to the power minus 1 should be less than 1, and mod of 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 should be less than 1. So we have to take these two parts individually, or equivalently we can take that mod of z should be greater than 1 by 3 and mod of z should be greater than 1 by 2. These two should be satisfied together. Thus the region of convergence will be mod of z greater than 1 by 2. Now which is common in both will be the region of convergence. Mod of z greater than 1 by 2 will be a region, this one, where we'll be having a circle of radius 1 by 3, and the exterior of the circle of radius 1 by 3 will be the region of convergence if taking this into consideration. And the second part is mod of z greater than 1 by 2 will be the region of convergence where mod of z is greater than the circle of radius 1 by 2. So the common in both will be this one, that is mod of z greater than 1 by 2. So the ROC is the exterior of the circle of radius 1 by 2. Hence we have got the ROC if we are given the sequence of this form. That is, when we are having a sequence in which we will be having two parts in it, the first part is also having un in it and the second part is also having un in it, we will be getting a ROC which will be having two parts but will take the region which is common to both the part. So here the ROC is mod of z greater than 1 by 2. Now coming to the another part, which is the properties of region of convergence. The first property, ROC of x of z consists of a ring in the z plane centered about the origin. That will always be there. The ROC is nothing but a ring which will be centered about the origin. The ROC of z transform is given by x of z summation n minus infinity to infinity x of n z to the power minus n, and this should be absolutely summable. That is what we have already studied. So this is the first property of the region of convergence. Now we'll move on to the second property. Second property says that the ROC does not contain any pole. That means the ROC, the region of convergence, will not have any pole. At the pole, what happens, that is x of z is infinite value, because the poles are the values of z which are in the denominator. If at those points, if we calculate x of z, it becomes 0 and the entire x of z will be an infinite value, and therefore it does not converge. So the ROC does not contain any poles. Third property says that if x of n is of finite duration, then the ROC is the entire z plane except possibly at z equals to 0 and or z equals to infinity. Now this depends that what is the condition. If it is of finite duration, that means x of n is for, particularly let it be for 0 to n minus 1, then in that case the ROC is the entire z plane except apart among these two conditions, that is except at z equals to 0 or except at z equals to infinity. We'll see to it. Now let us take an example of x of n equals to del n. Now del n, we know that the x of z, that is the z transform, is 1 and the ROC is the entire z plane including z equals to 0 and z equals to infinity. Now let us take the another case, the first case. Let x of n is del of n minus 1. That is, we are shifting it to right, that is n minus 1. So if we take the z transform of del of n minus 1, it will be summation n minus infinity to infinity del n minus 1 z to the power minus n. It will have the value that is at del n equals to 1. Hence it is z to the power minus 1. Now z transform is well defined except at z equals to 0. Z to the power minus 1 means that it is 1 by z. If z is 0, the entire x of z will be an infinite value. So the z transform is well defined except at z equals to 0. At z equals to 0, there will be a pole. Hence, the ROC consists of the entire z plane including z equals to infinity but excluding z equals to 0. So this is how we define our ROC, that where this ROC exists, where the ROC will lie. Here the ROC is the entire z plane including z equals to infinity but excluding z equals to 0. Now the next case, the second case that we'll be studying is, suppose x of n is del of n plus 1. Now we are shifting our del to the left. Now taking the z transform of it, del n plus 1 will be summation n minus infinity to infinity del of n plus 1 z to the power minus n. Now this is z, only z, just after applying it to the formula, because this exists only at n equals to minus 1. Hence it is just z. The z transform is well defined for all finite values of z. Thus ROC consists of the entire finite z plane including z equals to 0 but excluding z equals to infinity. At z equals to infinity, there is a pole. Hence, we don't have the ROC at z equals to infinity. The ROC is the entire z plane except at z equals to infinity. So that's all for today, students.